Hi everyone, this is Elizabeth Wagner, also known as Ralphyra Liadon from the Midnight Dn'D podcast. Join us this Friday at midnight and every Friday to uncover Ralphyra's dark secrets that I'm sure you are all waiting to know. Thank you once again, and join us on 91.5 WJHS and hear brand new episodes of Midnight Dn'D. Check us out online at WJHS91.5.org. Now, enjoy this week's Midnight Dn'D.
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight Dn'D, produced by WJHS Radio. I am your host and dungeon master, Dalton. I would like to introduce you to my cast. Brandon, why don't you go first? Okay. Introduce your character, what your class is, and what you hope that your character is going to be able to do in our campaign.
Okay. Well, I'm Brandon Beard. My character's name is Finn. He is an elf. He is a fighter. And something my character wants is to learn new things about the world and how their fighting skills are different from his.
Hi, my name is Colton. My character's name is Crollo Belialuin. He is a wizard who believes in himself a little too much.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Wagner, and my character is Ralphyra Liadon, and she is a wood elf, and she is a rogue. And her goal is to become as rich as possible.
I'm Raymond, and my character's name is Erazio Kandai. He is a half-orc, half-elf fighter. And considering this is my first time, I hope my character does something useful.
My name is Cameron Majors, and I'm playing as Hank the Tank. My goal for this character is for him to take hits and fight cool foes.
Well, let's give a little bit of a round of applause to our cast. All right, so you guys wake up to a tossing and a turning motion. You hear the sound of water slamming against the side of a wooden surface repeatedly. The room you are in is very dimly lit. It's almost as if you had just woken from the deepest slumber you can imagine.
Can I do a spot or perceptive check?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, that'll be for spot. That'll be 22.
All right. So, as you sit up and you look around the room, you kind of rub your head a bit, and as soon as you blink your eyes a couple times, you start to see everything slowly start to come into focus in the low light, and you see what it looks to be just a small quarters where you're laying in a bed, and then there's another person right to the right of you in another bed. There's 2 chests at the end of each bed.
I'd like to open my chest at the end of my bed.
All right, so you open your chest. You see some fine clothing, such as to which people would wear at a party or a ball, as well as a small bag of gold. Go ahead and add 200 gold pieces to your total.
All right.
The strange thing about this, though, is that on top of everything that's sitting there, there's a small letter with a wax stamp with a big V in the middle of it.
Before I look at the letter, I'd like to look around and see if there's anyone else in this room.
Yes. So as you turn back to your right and you see the person that is slowly sat out of bed and is kind of looking around really confused, you see Ray's character.
So my character, did I say like my character?
No, you are your character. You're acting out your actions.
So I say like I turn to like my left and I see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I turn to my left and I see Crollo.
Who are you?
My name is not important right now. Do you know why we're here?
No, I don't remember anything. Do you?
I remember the basic stuff, who I am, where I'm from. My name's Crollo, by the way.
You don't need to know my name yet.
Ah, great. I told you mine and you weren't going to tell me yours.
All of a sudden, you both hear a loud boom, boom, coming from directly above you.
I get up and search for a door.
Out of like the corner of your eye, you kind of see something that could be a door. It kind of blends in really well in the low light. But as you kind of move your hand across the wall, you kind of slide upon something that becomes from wood to metal. And you kind of give it a nice little twist. And as you twist it open, the door flies open as wind and water is just sprayed into the room from where you had opened the door. You're getting soaked.
I gesture to Crollo to come follow me outside the room.
Don't tell me what to do, half-orc. I'm going to read this letter I found.
What else did you find with that letter?
I'm not telling.
Well, that means that now I know there's something.
All right. So you read the letter. As you open the letter, you can almost hear inside of your own head the words that you're reading off of the paper in the man's that wrote this letter named Vincent's voice. Vincent's telling you about the town that you're being sent to on this ship, so you now know you're on a ship. He said that evil has plagued this town and this island for very, very long time. And he explains about how it being Sunday that you needed to be in by 11:11 p.m. at night. He doesn't go into very many details about why, but he kind of underlined it. He also explains that once you get to the town, you need to go to the tavern called Luca's to find him. And he kind of gives a short description of himself, and then the note kind of just starts to fizzle up and burn as it dusts away.
What'd the letter say?
I guess I'll tell you. Vinny Boy has hired us.
Who?
Vern.
Sounds like a weakling.
All right. So now, Brandon, you awake in your cabin. You're kind of like, you're looking around. It's the same reaction that everybody is currently having, that you have not met or have noticed that there's other people.
Can I look around the room, see if there's anyone else there?
Yeah, roll a spot.
Roll your spot, because surely you cannot miss this pure, awesome being standing in front of you.
So, as you kind of like turn out of your bed and place your legs onto the floor, you look straight ahead of you and you notice that there is a wood elf sitting right next to you, like over on the other side. And she's slowly getting up out of bed. And she does about the same thing you did and turns and looks at you and kind of looks around the room.
Who are you?
I'm Finn. Who are you?
Ralphyra?
Do you have any idea where we are?
Not a clue.
Well, that's not good.
It seems we are in some sort of dark wooden room. I would assume somewhere underground.
Seems like it.
At this moment, you guys now hear the booming above you.
What was that?
I don't know. We need to escape.
Yeah.
Where should we go?
Can I see if I search for a door?
Yes. All right. So you see him kind of wobble and get up a bit as he kind of looks around, and he's placing his hand on the wall and he's kind of feeling around, and your hand hits something metal. So as soon as you grab the door handle and rip the door open, a bunch of wind and water is just flying in at you guys now. And as you look above, you see there's a small stairwell leading up, and all you can see is this dark swirling cloud above you as lightning striking and crackling all around above you.
We're on the seas.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where, but I know it's night.
Yeah.
You have no memory of where we are or how we got here?
No.
I don't even know who you are. Finn. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Look for something that can sustain us while we're here. Something, a boat, smaller one of some kind. A way to escape. I'll look too.
So are you guys walking up the stairs?
Yes.
What are you two idiots doing? Get out there and help the half-orc.
The what?
The half-orc. He just left. Get out there.
Who are you to tell me what to do?
My name's not important. Get out there and help the half-orc.
Okay, thank you. My name's not important.
So you guys are yelling at each other, and the only way that you were able to see each other is because as soon as you opened your doors, you guys literally came out at the same exact time, and you seen the half-orc run up the stairs to whatever is above. And now Crollo and Ralphyra they're just yelling at each other, just bickering back and forth. Just you're not gonna tell me what to do. And then since Colton's character has a bit of a god complex, he's kind of like, I'm your boss. You don't tell me what to do.
Can you guys stop fighting, please?
I'm sorry.
We need to figure out how to get off this boat and how to get to shores.
You're right. I'm better than this. Where'd the half-orc go?
Out on deck. We're not getting off the boat. We're staying on it. We're going to Vinny.
I'm going... Who?
Vance.
Who's that?
V.
Sounds like a weakling.
Oh dear. If only you knew. If only you did. I like how no one else besides Colton checked the chest at the end of their bed, but all right. All right, so
Hold on. Do I know Cameron's character is still there?
I think I'm still
Cameron's
asleep.
actually the only one that has been up above on top of the ship this entire time.
Okay.
He's been on deck. So Cameron, your character is currently up above on deck while the storm's just blowing the ship around like a rag doll. You just feel the ship going from one side to the other, lurching back and forth as water is just spraying up over the deck.
Get your butts up here.
Who's this? Is this V? Seems like a weakling.
My name's Hank, and I am about a foot taller than you.
I could take you down. Don't scoff at me.
Sure, wood elf.
I'll go back to the room we were in and I see if there's anything else there that we could use.
I'm following Finn.
So you guys walk back into the room after having this strange encounter with this 6'2" man. And you're just kind of like, you're confused, but then at the same time, you're like, well, maybe there's something back in the room that could explain why we're all here on the ship. I need you both to roll search.
D20?
Mm-hmm.
21.
All right, so you both find the chests at the end of your bed. You guys unlock them, and you open your chest, and then immediately, as soon as you open your chest, you notice that there's a big bag sitting right to the right side of the chest, and then on the left side, there's a strange-looking pink gemstone. In the middle of the two, of course, propped up between them, is a letter with a wax stamp with a V on it. Inside the bag, there's approximately 500 pieces of gold. And you, Liz, you open your chest and you see a smaller bag of gold with the letter. Inside your bag is approximately about 150 pieces of gold. Of course, you guys open the letter, get the same spiel Colton got earlier, and it's just explaining why you're on the ship, where you're heading to, the issues that you're going to be probably facing. Of course, you guys are ending up there on Sunday. Under bold lining is beware 1111, and that's about it.
I think we need to get back up to the top of the ship.
Yeah.
We've got what we need.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to roll a search so I know what the heck my surroundings are.
That wouldn't be a search, that'd be a spot.
Spot. I'm new, guys.
So you notice, as you look around you, you see shipmates just running back and forth, grabbing a hold of these ropes that are flying out over the sides of the boats as the masts unfurling and collapsing down onto the surface of the ship itself. And with this, you see a large water spout off to the right side of the ship that's swirling around in the middle of the water. But off to the very far left, you notice that there's a small port that the ship's trying to steer itself into. And you hear the shouting back and forth of the captain to the shipmates down below as they're trying to just get this under control and take the ship to the port and away from this gigantic water spout.
I go to the captain and I ask him what's going on.
He goes, "I'm coming into port." He goes, "This water spout appeared out of nowhere. It's almost like nature's trying to stop this ship from getting in." You see everybody kind of just walking up behind you in a big group. They're kind of grabbing onto like the stairway ledges, trying to keep themselves out of balance because the ship is like almost capsizing one way and then going back to being equal and then capsizing the other way. Of course, you guys are all, it's just torrentially just downpouring and just it's wind whipping it around. So it almost feels like the water that's hitting you, the rain that's hitting you, feels like tiny bee stings are hitting you repeatedly. You get up to the captain's area and you guys hear the same thing that he's hearing.
I'm cocky. I'm staying below deck and checking my bag, making sure I have everything on me.
Hank's bailing out the ship. Oh, fuck it.
All right, Hank, I'm gonna need you to make a swim check.
12.
May God have mercy on your soul, Hank.
Oh boy.
Hank, I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
All right. First encounter, I got a 7.
So you guys see Hank. You guys see Hank just bolt and just jump over the side.
Here we go.
Oh, we've lost one.
Where is he
You hear
going?
just a loud splash underneath, beside, like on the side of the boat, and then you just hear this loud just splashing around. It's not coming from exactly where Hank had jumped off. It's coming from a little further beyond where Hank was. You guys see this large serpent-like creature almost creeping up towards Hank from behind him. Do you guys choose to yell out? Do you guys choose to be silent?
Hank, get out or come back on the boat. There's something coming after you.
Hey, you! You made a dumb choice.
What'd you say, pint size?
I'm not the one drowning.
Suit yourself. It's quite nice in here.
Look behind you.
Can I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so I hear all the commotion. I pull a shriek rock out of my bag and just head up to the deck before tossing it in the air.
All right, I'm gonna need you guys to all make a fortitude saving throw.
I got a soft 21.
All right, so Crollo, Ralphyra, Hank, and Erazio, you guys are fine. Like this, you hear this loud shriek as soon as Crollo reaches the top of the deck, but it doesn't, it's just annoying to you guys. That's about it. But to the monster below and to Finn drops to his knees holding his ears in pain. He's just sitting there in agony at the sound. And so is the monster. The monster below is just thrashing around now behind Hank. It's not moving any farther forwards. It's just staying stationary. It is in immense pain from this sound.
Do I catch the shriek rock? Do I get it back?
Just roll a flat 20 for me.
20.
Yeah, you catch the shriek rock.
I catch 2. I catch 1.
You catch one with finesse. You kind of like, you did it like you caught like a Bakugan ball.
Can I get away from the monster?
Yeah, make a swim check.
I got 15.
You make it to shore. You make it to like the pier as the monster's chasing you, and just as it's about to like latch onto you, you manage to like grab a hold of the end of the pier, pull yourself up, and flip onto your feet, flat onto the pier as the monster just kind of sits there and looks at you as it delves back deep into the black, murky water and swims back towards the ship. At this moment in time, the ship has now managed to pull away from this water spout and is now safely landed at the port. The ship is now really torn up, tattered. You guys can really see that it took a beating from that storm. I mean, it's still raining, still windy, but it's not as bad up onto the island. You notice that all the shipmates and the captain, they're relieved, and they throw out the plank down onto the pier so everybody can walk off. They themselves are now unloading like cargo, like boxes and barrels and stuff on carts and rolling them down the pier, and there's a right path that they're taking up towards the town. Crollo?
I'm going to yell out to everyone who I saw in the room. Come on, you idiots. It's time to go see Vinny.
What else do I have to do?
Am I still on my knees just trying to...
No, you're fine. Your ears are now ringing, though, really loudly. This is going to impair your hearing checks for the next about hour. You're going to get a -2 to it.
Do I notice that both Ralphyra and Crollo have their stuff?
Yes, you notice that they have their bags and backpacks and whatever else like they have on them is there.
So I decide to go back to my room and check the chest for anything belonging to me.
All right, so you open the chest and you see the note, and propped behind it is a big bag of gold. And beside that bag of gold, there is a strange looking like a jade green gem. You read the note. It basically says the same thing that I have explained to Crollo, Ralphyra, and Finn. In the bag of gold is approximately 500 gold pieces. You can add that to your total. All right, so Hank, you see everybody has made it off the ship safely. You watch the ship dock safely. You know, you hear Crollo yelling out like, hey, we need to go see Vinny.
So who's this Vinny character? Do you guys know?
I have no idea.
He was in the note.
You guys got a note?
Yeah, it was in the chest.
I didn't get no goodie bag.
Go back and look, unless you're unable to.
I can look just fine, although I'm surprised you found it being as short as you are, Toothpick.
Just because I'm 4'10" does not mean I am unable to see.
Sorry, I can't hear you from down there.
I come back out of my room to them squabbling. I say, I recommend looking at that chest. I just got 500 gold pieces.
Really?
I
gonna
only
look
got
in my room, then.
150.
I got 500. So wait, who are you now? I don't think I've met you.
I haven't met you either, and I don't need to know your name, and you don't need to know mine.
Ooh, scary.
Making it simple then. Okay.
I met none of you.
I met you.
I met you.
All right.
Who are you?
My name's Hank.
I'm Finn.
Nice to meet you, Finn.
Erazio, I'm going to need you to roll an intimidation check. As soon as you talk to Erazio and he looks at you, a flash of lightning happens like almost as soon as he starts talking, and it lights up his face, and he looks a lot more gruesome and scary than you originally thought he was. You like look away, like you can't look him you can't look him in the eye. Like you cannot make yourself physically look him up in the eye.
That's what I thought, Pipsqueak.
Okay, never talking to you again.
I'd like to interrupt. Intimidation. I already rolled. I got a soft 21. And I got annoyed. The whole lot of you are more annoying than all my shriek rocks combined. Let's go see Vinny.
Who are you to be in charge?
I'm Crollo. Let's go already.
I need you to all make will save throws from this.
I got 2.
I got 14.
You said this was a will save throw?
Yes.
I got 4.
Guess we're going.
I'll follow.
Fine, I'm curious enough.
Hank, did you roll your will save?
Yes, and I got a 10.
Yeah, you all like, all right, well, Crollo has the right idea. Maybe he's got a lot more information than we do of where we are and what we're supposed to be doing here. So you guys follow him. You follow Crollo.
Trust me.
Okay, let's go. I'm curious.
Let's go to the bar.
So there's 2 paths. As you guys reach the end of the dock, it becomes from a wooden pier to a concrete, just large slab sidewalk. There's a small set of stairs, about like 4 or 5 steps, that lead up to a little bit higher ledging, mainly for if there's a large rogue wave, it's supposed to help block it so it doesn't flood the street. You guys notice that in front of you, there's another path that leads up a large set of stairs to a small encaged area. But to your right, there's a path where the workers had taken all their cargo and walked up that path. You guys see a wall with a gigantic metal door right in front of it. It's like one that you'd slide to the side to open and close it.
I'm gonna go up and knock.
You knock on the door, and as soon as you do, you see like a little slit open in the door. It's like a hatch. And you see a really scared pair of eyes. Like his eyes are darting around, looking around at you, Erazio, then looking at Ralphyra, and then at Finn, and then at Hank. Like, what's your business here?
We're here to see Vinny. Let us in.
More adventurers Vincent sent for. Tired of having to greet you.
Can we come in?
Yes. Just show me the note.
I pull the note out and I show him.
He goes, all right. Come in. And you see him slam the hatch shut. And you hear a couple locks as the door begins to loudly, may I say, it's like almost screeching because the door is so rusty, open to reveal about a 5'3" man as he looks around.
All right, half pint. Which way is it to the bar?
Sending me a court?
He goes, you just follow the path straight. Take a left.
Thanks.
So you guys gonna go to the bar?
I will.
I am.
I need a drink after this.
Of course.
Plenty of liquor.
Non-alcoholic.
Said like a true half-orc.
Got a problem with that?
No, it's a compliment.
No.
Y'all are gonna have to roll fortitude.
That laughter is maniacal.
What do you do?
I feel like I can handle my
Drinking.
grog.
The blue.
Oh,
I'm not drinking.
no, you guys don't have to roll yet. This is if you guys drink the blue.
I'm not.
I'd love to drink the blue.
I'd love to drink the blue.
What's the blue?
You'll find out if you drink the blue.
All right.
I'm curious.
10.
So you notice this. You notice as you guys are walking around, the city is completely dead. There is no one out except for guards walking around. But even they're a bit jumpy, like they're scared. And you notice they're wearing a lot more armor than most normal guards would be, as well as they are armed to the teeth. You notice a couple are kind of staring at you as you're walking around, and they go, "Remember, 11:11." And they like tap their wrist as if they had a watch.
They're doing their sundial.
It's 1812. There are clocks.
I mean, yeah, but it's a big one in the middle of the town. But anyways, so as you guys are approaching the first like big roadway off this main path, you hear a lot of noise coming from this one particular building, which in front of it has a wooden sign that sticks out into the roadway that says Luca's. And you hear like music, you hear banter and talk. It's not dead like every other building and every other road in the town.
I'll walk to the building.
Are you guys following?
I'm gonna step in front of him and say, "No, me first."
I sneak in the shadows.
Okay.
Roll a sneak.
What would my role be to be able to see her?
Oh, it's a hide. My bad.
29.
You'd have to make a spot over 29 or at 29.
You see, I got a 22.
It's my highest one. I have 10.
Yeah. So you guys are like sitting there talking. You step in front of Finn. Crollo steps in front of Finn, and Finn's just kind of like, whatever.
Okay, why not?
Yeah. And Erazio's just kind of sitting there like, you guys just hurry up. I mean, you guys take it forever. Hank's just sitting in the back. It's whatever.
I'm gonna walk into the bar and then I'll roll a spot to see what I see.
All right.
I'll follow behind.
18.
So in the order that you guys are walking in, I guess is Crollo, Erazio, Finn, Hank, Ralphyra's last. You guys lost track of where Ralphyra was. She kind of like stepped into like one of the shadowed parts of the alley and then just disappeared from sight. from all of you. So Crollo, as you're looking around, you just see people just drinking, having fun, eating, talking. You know, this place is a lot more lively than it was outside. The light and the environment inside is warm. It's comforting. You know, this is the first reprieve or relaxing area you guys have been in since you have arrived on the island. So as you're looking around, you see one person in particular that stands out to you. His hair is just the most beautiful silver you could ever imagine. It's almost like the metal. And as he's turning around and just kind of like looking around, you notice that his eyes are like as blue as the sky. He looks older, but his distinguishing features make him look a lot younger than he would appear to be. He looks about maybe in his late 50s.
Detect magic.
All right, I'm going to need you to roll. I do believe that's an Arcana.
Would it be spellcraft?
Yes, Spellcraft. My bad. 5th edition issues.
22.
So, as soon as Crollo walks in, you notice that he kind of like sticks his hand out a bit out in front of him, and a little blue light kind of fills the area of his palm, and it kind of flutters out and then disperses. And as soon as this happens, he can see the magical presence of the one man that I've explained and showed to you. But you guys, just from him activating that simple spell, can feel this raw energy just wash over you. It's almost like it's a punch to the face of how strong it is. Even to Hank and to Erazio, you guys are more statured for, you know, being able to take the hits. But you guys are even surprised by this, feeling this overwhelming sensation and weight. Crollo, on the other hand, is basically blinded by this just bright aura of magic.
Do I have to roll a will save?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
But you're really surprised. Like this, you know, there's other people in the bar that have smaller magical auras, but this one basically washes over and eats them.
If I were to guess, I'm gonna guess that's Vinny, guys. I'll walk up to him.
All right, so Finn, you walk up to what you guessed correctly was Vincent. He kind of turns to you and he goes, "You must be Finn."
I am.
He goes, and he points to Crollo and goes, "And you're Crollo?" He points to Ralphyra and goes, "And you're Ralphyra?" And he goes and points to Erazio, and Erazio, he's like, it's very nice to meet you, Erazio." And he points to Hank and he goes, "And you are Hank?"
How do you know my name, sir?
He goes, "Future sight's kind of a issue sometimes, but it's quite nice when you're trying to play a game of poker."
Can I read his body language to see if he's lying or not?
Roll a. What would that
Sense
be?
motive.
Yes, roll a sense motive.
That would be 17.
He's not lying at all.
Okay.
He is being completely honest. He is relaxed, like to the max you can.
Poker face.
Like he is relaxed. Like he doesn't have a care or worry about anything right now. Like even from the notes that you guys read, just looking at him, the situation that he had explained and the issues, you know, you would be thinking he's very stressed out, but he looks like the most relaxed person you've ever met.
That's a chill dude.
Still seems like a weakling.
So what do you need us for exactly? We got the notes and we're here.
He puts his hand out to Finn and he goes, "Wait a moment." And he turns to Ralphyra and he goes, "What did you say?"
You're dead.
I said you look like a weakling.
You're dead.
Can I just go goodbye? I put my hand on Ralphyra's shoulder and I say goodbye.
I'd like to use my necklace of extreme luck.
All right, so your necklace begins to slightly glow as you feel this vitality wash over you, and you feel very invigorated. But this compares nothing to the feeling of this immense weight that begins to crush you into the floor of the bar. Vincent's hand is held like this, and he's slowly moving his hand down. And as he's moving his hand down, this weight is growing heavier and heavier and heavier as you are crumpling to the ground in agony. You are being pushed down so hard that the boards beneath you begin to bend and creak as loud cracks and pops.
I didn't know that.
Hold on.
All right.
Look at this.
Can I use my dagger through his hand?
No,
Good
you're
luck
being pushed
getting
down
up.
by magic.
You said his hand.
No, he's holding his hand out, and as he's moving it down, this weight is pushing you down.
Can I still use my dagger?
Roll a strength check.
And that is a skill?
That's a d20 plus your modifier for strength. No, you try, barely. You can kind of move your hand a bit over, but at this point, you fall unconscious, and he lifts his hand away as you fall unconscious.
Should have kept your mouth shut, shorty.
Look at this. Pint size became an ounce size.
Vincent gives a light chuckle. His entire demeanor had switched for that one moment, and he had gotten serious, and you guys had seen what he is like when he is serious because you had insulted him. His entire demeanor switched back to being lighthearted and completely relaxed. He goes, "Why, thank you, Hank. I take that as a compliment for myself as well."
Hey, V-Man, can you teach me how to do that?
Don't understand.
Maybe when you are a little older and a little wiser, you are yet a chick. To me, a phoenix.
Is there anything you can teach me?
Maybe. But let's have a drink on it.
I'd rather not drink if that's okay with you.
I would love to drink for one.
He looks at Erazio and he goes, "Now that's a man I can talk to." And he slaps the table and he goes, "Come on, buddy, let's sit down." He sits down in his spot. His spot is completely different from every other spot in the bar. His chair is embroidered with jewels and gold, and the table piece that he has sitting in front of him is marble compared to the rest of it, which is just wood. And he's sitting there and he goes, "Luca," he goes, "2 blues." And you see this large orc woman. She stands about 9 foot tall, and her head's scraping the top of the roof, like the ceiling. As she walks out and she goes, "You're pretty brave, Vincent, to have me serve a half orc." Some backstory to this: orcs do not like half orcs at all. They despise the half versions of them. They see themselves as their race is pure. And seeing you be half elf, half orc, she doesn't like it. But then again, she has to run a business. So she just kind of scoffs. She goes, "It's whatever. 2 blues, you said? Are you going to be paying for his tab? Because I sure ain't doing it." Vincent goes, "Yeah, I'll pay for him." And he points to Finn. He points to Hank. He goes, "You guys want anything? I'll buy."
What's in this blues drink?
Right as Finn says that, Ralphyra, you slowly begin to regain consciousness.
What happened?
You, Wood Elf, outside now.
Okay.
Her and I go outside.
All
Just
right.
know that this wasn't my idea.
So, Ralphyra, you were extremely sore. It felt as if every bone in your body had been bent almost to the point of where it was near breaking. Crollo, you and Ralphyra walk outside. Everybody else is in the bar, correct? So, Erazio, Finn, and Hank, you guys are sitting at the bar with Vincent, and you see Luca bring out 4 large, and I mean there's a mug. This is 3 mugs of this light blue liquid.
That's what I'm talking about.
And she goes, "Hope you guys can enjoy it, or at least take a couple sips of it without passing out." And she walks back into the kitchen.
I take that as a challenge, and I down the whole thing in one gulp.
Fortitude.
Roll for that.
Fortitude. Roll a fortitude.
Good luck. I asked Vinny, I was like, "What's in this blues drink exactly?"
Vincent looks at Finn and goes, "Just a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of blueberry, some blackberries, Oh, wait a minute. I made a mistake. Did I say a little bit of alcohol? I meant a lot of it alcohol.
I'll pass.
He goes, "You're going to pass on a drink that someone bought for you for free?" He goes, "All right, well, I'll take it." And you see him at the same time as Erazio's downing his. You see Vincent take both of his mugs and just dump them down his mouth and like down his throat. Like he didn't even sound like he took a gulp or anything. Like he just did it instantly. Like it was just 1, 2, done.
That's an alpha male if I've ever seen one.
And he's sitting there and he's like, "Oh man, it's always nice. It always is."
What happened to these people?
How am I doing, by the way?
You're feeling a little bit tipsy.
A bit.
A bit.
He's big. Wait, how tall?
I want a mug. Can I take a sip?
All right, Hank, take a sip.
16.
Hank's fine as well from that sip. You guys can both taste the strong taste of a blueberry and a blackberry mixture. You guys can't even taste the alcohol in it. It tastes almost like a juice.
Ooh, I could get in trouble.
But you, Erazio, on the other hand, are feeling the effects of you downing this entire
vat.
mug. But due to your physiology as an orc, this drink is made for orcs to drink.
Yes.
You are taking a lot better than, say, if Hank or Crollo or Ralphyra or Finn would have just downed it.
This is Crollo here. I have a really low fortitude. I would have just died.
Mine is 1.
Alcohol poisoning. Any conversations or anything? We're going to end the night. We'll end this point off at some place.
Okay.
Real quick, we'll get really quickly back to Crollo and Ralphyra. You guys have walked outside away from this. You guys did not see Erazio just dump this entire mug down his throat. You didn't see Hank take a drink. You didn't see Vinny chug his 2 mugs. You guys are outside talking.
I'm going to pull out 2 marbles and then just start twirling them in my hand and attempt to calm down, while also talking to Ralphyra about, we're going to respect Vincent. I'm going to call him by name now, because I know his power.
I will not argue with this any longer. I have seen what he can do, and he has proven himself that he is not a weakling. I'm still a little bit shook up from what just happened. I hope that I can redeem myself in his eyes, as he seems to be a very important character from now on.
At this moment, you two both hear this loud neighing noise off in the distance to like the far right of where you guys had just come from. You guys hear this blood-curdling scream. You both need to make will saves.
Hold on. A little bit of dialogue. As soon as we hear that, I'm going to go, what time is it? Do you have the time?
I don't have the time. Where's the clock?
The center of town.
Yeah, you guys can see it. It's about 11:09.
I rolled a 17 on will.
Yeah, you guys are both fine. It just made you jump a bit, and that's about it. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it off until next episode.
All right.
Ooh, a cliffhanger.
I like the idea of a cliffhanger.
I do too. Keeps it listening.
Makes it easier for
indeed.
editing.
But thank you guys very much for listening to the WJHS podcast of the Midnight Dn'D. Also, if you guys would like to, please check out the esports club. If you need to get a hold of anybody, please get a hold of Mr. Glaza or Jay Urschel, and you'll be able to get any information that you need. Also, I would like to give a hand to my lovely cast that has been very diligent with working with this project and has even cleared up their schedule to come on Fridays to record. So, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dion.
Thank you.
Guys, you know I can just add in clap sound effects. You don't actually have to clap, right?
Adds to the effect.
It adds to adds the immersion, Ray.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
But all right. Well, thank you guys for listening and tuning in. Tune in next Friday at midnight to find out what's going on in the town. What is our adventurers going to encounter? Why is Vincent so strong? Find out next time on Midnight Dn'D.